So in case you missed it, Apple has successfully had their debut of new electronics. We have a new iPad mini, a new iPad. Most importantly, well, the coolest ones I'm sure everybody's hyped for is the Apple Watch and the iPhones, the next generation batch of these two devices. We're just gonna go ahead and primarily just focus mainly on the Apple Watch because there's a lot of interesting things that happen. So first, from all, this next generation Series 7 Apple Watch is said to be the most durable Apple Watch that Apple has ever produced. And the way they advertised it, received a high impact fall, and the watch was perfectly fine. So able to successfully accomplish this maximum protection with this new layer crystal that Apple is integrating on the top part of the display. Can't wait to get my hands on that and test that out. Now you may have noticed it does not have the new blocky, bulky style newly body redesign that many leakers were reporting. In fact, it's actually retaining the same curvy, smooth body design that we have seen in the past, which is a good thing, to be honest, because to me this actually looks more natural, feel right on your wrist instead of having like a blocky Lego piece on your wrist or something like that. But one thing that leakers were correct about is that the Apple Watch screen is bigger. Less bezels, as the new screen will now go up to 45 millimeters. And the cool thing about this new glass display is that it actually curves around, so it actually gives it like a three-dimensional illusion. So you can view parts of the Apple Watch display at the most unique angles. Now the cool thing about having a larger display, just like the newly redesigned previous generation like the Series 4, having a larger display means you can fit a lot more text. And the same can be said about this next generation Series 7 Apple Watch. As more text is easy to fit on that display and view it all without having to scroll a lot. And because of that extra real estate space, Apple now integrated a full row keyboard with similar features you expect to find on a smartphone, as it could auto-fill and auto-correct some of the things to make the entire typing experience feel a lot natural and smooth. Now, with this new screen size, there is new Apple Watch watch faces coming out for the Series 7. There's a newer improved infograph, which was something that leakers were reporting. At least they got that correct. There's this new dynamic one, which looks fantastic in my opinion. And this is the one that really does utilize the edge display illumination. You know, when you take a magnifying glass and you look at it from a different angle, yeah, it kind of gives it that illusion, which is kind of cool in my opinion. And then if you pause it right here, there's a new World Watch face, which actually looks pretty cool. Now it is said to be IPX6, so it's dust resistant, and it also is water resistant as it has a WR water resistant rating up to 50 meters. Now the Series 6 did receive this perk, or this ability to be able to charge the watch fast. Well, it's good to know that the Series 7 can charge 33% faster than the Series 6. And it was said that an 8-minute time should give you 8 hours of sleep tracking. In other words, if you do use your Apple Watch for sleep tracking, the Series 7 charges at a much faster rate, where an 8-minute charge, like what they stated, will last you an additional 8 hours. Perfect to make it throughout the entire night when you're sleeping. Just unfortunately, this is the bad news, this has the 18-hour all-day battery life, which isn't terrible. My Apple Watch with the same 18-hour battery life under a single charge rating is able to last me throughout one whole entire day, with a little bit of juice the next following morning. Depends if I'm active or not active, utilizing all the heart rate sensors and stuff like that. So it has the same battery life as the previous generation Apple Watches. No 2-day battery life increase or anything like that. Now a standard USB-C to the Apple Watch puck charger is included. So no longer is using the USB-A charger for the Apple Watch, they upgraded it to the USB-C, which you could actually purchase separately. I have covered that in the accessory guide video, which you could go watch in the corner of this video if you want to see that. And there's 5 new color choices to choose from. There's this cool green one that I'm actually looking forward to picking up. There's a new blue, it's much lighter than the current midnight blue that's available on the Series 6. There's red, gold, and black. Now the Nike edition of the Series 7 Apple Watch is coming out, and it's finally going to receive a new updated band for those watches. So there's braided Nike logos on the loop one, and the other one also looks slightly different. Now unfortunately, when this Apple Watch gets released, it's going to replace the Series 6. The Series 6 is going to be discontinued for a while. Maybe there's a possibility it might be brought back in the next year. But as of right now, shockingly, the Series 3 is still available at a price tag that starts at $199. The current generation Apple Watch SE will still be available at $279. And then the brand new Series 7, $399. The Series 7 is going to continue to carry on all the cool health features that we saw on the Series 6, like the blood oxygen sensor rating, the ECG support, and of course, the heart rate sensor. It's going to have all that built into it, as well as Apple Pay, like all the other Apple Watches. That's on the latest version of watchOS, the Apple Car Key, and just like all the modern Apple Watches, this one's made out of recycled materials, so it's good for the environment in a sense. So Apple's trying to reduce that carbon footprint while producing these Apple Watches, which is quite nice. It's like a small added bonus. Unfortunately, there's no pre-order date, so I guess leakers were correct on this part that the Apple Watch may be receiving a delay, but Apple seems very confident in saying that it will be available later on this fall. So I guess it's going to be the second time we're going to go ahead and see the iPhones get released separately from the Apple Watches. As the iPhones, to pre-order the iPhone, it's this Friday, and the release date is September 24th. So there you guys have it. Now you are informed of everything there is to know about the next generation Series 7 Apple Watch. Unfortunately, there wasn't any talk about the chipset that's found inside the Series 7. So in other words, it may be the same chipset that was found on the Apple Watch SE, the Series 5, the Series 6, just relabeled with new feature innovations, but no massive like performance increase. So they could have all performed at the same speed. But other than that, that's basically everything there is to know about the next generation Series 7 Apple Watch that's coming out in a couple of weeks. Just however, there was talks that new like sport activities, new data will be added on the Apple Watch, will allow you to track, let's say for example, your mileage speed. If you're a cyclist, the Apple Watch will be able to be used as a speedometer. I think that was really impressive. You no longer have to rely on a third-party app to get this functionality. And if you play tennis and such, it will actually show you the speed that your wrist actually like swing that, forgot the name, but that sport tool. God, I'm gonna get roasted on the comment section, so I know that. But that tennis racket, yeah, it'll tell you the speed that you swing your arm at, so you can improve. I'm assuming there's other stuff, innovations that will give you more data for other sport activities like baseball and stuff like that. I'm not sure if this is an OS software update that will come available for other Apple Watches. I'm assuming so, because there wasn't any mention about a new accelerometer or anything like that in the Series 7. So if this is a software update that's coming out for watchOS 8, as soon as that becomes available, there wasn't a given date, unfortunately, but you should soon be able to track other, like all that sport data on your wrist with the Series 7 Apple Watch, and I think that's really cool. Just giving the user more ability to track data and improve their athletic skills and just become overall better. But I guess, again, we're gonna have to stay tuned and see if this is gonna be exclusive for the Series 7 or not. I hope it is, and I hope this is just a software update that's coming out for other Apple Watches that's compatible, like the Series 6, the 5, possibly the Series S4, and the SE, of course. And LTPO, always on display hardware. It's also going to be, it should be on the Series 7. It wasn't mentioned during this keynote, but I'm pretty sure it's guaranteed it's going to be available on the Series 7, because it just wouldn't make sense. It has all the features and the newly added goodies from the Series 6 that's on the Series 7 now. Thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll catch you all in the next one. See ya.